morning, everyone. We've got a lot to talk about. Good morning to you. Well, good morning, everyone. Wishing you a very, very happy Halloween. I'm Nicole Langley. We're expecting mostly cloudy skies today for our Halloween. Good morning to you and happy Valentine's Day. I'm Nicole Langley. Regional satellite and radar combined show an upper-level feature moving through across Montana on both sides of the divide this morning. We are looking for mostly cloudy skies all day today. Unfortunately, not a lot of sunshine. Good morning and happy Wednesday and happy Thanksgiving Eve. If you're doing any kind of traveling to the West Coast, look out for rain showers. But we're staying warmer and drier in Montana. Technically speaking, we are under a ridge of high pressure, but it certainly isn't the strongest ridge we've ever seen. A valley rain will develop in northwestern Montana, as well as some snow showers in the higher terrain, including some of the passes. So look out for that. Also look out for winds in the Central Plains. I'll get to that in just a moment. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday morning, everyone. I'm Nicole Langley. We had a cold front move through last night, giving us cooler conditions for today. But I don't want you to get caught up in, oh, are we under a winter storm warning, winter weather advisories, whatever. The point of this is that we are going to see some snow all across Montana today. 8 o'clock this morning through 11 o'clock tonight, winter storm warnings for places like Stanford and Judith Basin County. And why they have a particular winter storm warning is because in the island chains, the orographic lifting against those mountains will really increase the snow that they see. So there they can see a little bit heavier snowfall. There's the winter weather advisory in the west for Missoula and Butte. This isn't necessarily for falling snow. This is for the leftover snow and the ice that has developed underneath the snow because of the sub-freezing temperatures. And I know what you're thinking, Nicole, it's August 31st. What are you doing talking about winter weather advisories? Snow ending in northwestern Montana this morning. Kalispell, Whitefish, Big Fork, they were all dealing with a little bit of snow, a little bit of a tumultuous situation out in the northwest. And also the snow is starting to come to an end slowly but surely in some of the higher terrains around central Montana. We didn't see any snow in Great Falls. We're currently under partly cloudy skies. You see the snow starting to dissipate in the little belt there. The temperatures behind the front in the northwest are a little bit cooler than in the southeast this morning. And disturbance did move through. It's since fizzled out. Snow northeast of Missoula along the divide this morning. We're not really expecting any kind of extra precip today in Kalispell or Missoula. We're going to stay dry as high pressure builds in. Now a warm front will be traveling with this mid-latitude cyclone, raising snow levels just a little bit. So we could see some rain mixed in with some snow in some of the western locations before everything turns over to snow and everybody sees it for tomorrow. Well, we are sitting nice and pretty under high pressure today. So we had clear skies, a little bit different than what we had yesterday. I'll have more details coming up on this change that we're expecting for later in the week coming up in the pinpoint weather forecast. Winter-like conditions, especially in the higher terrains. We do have high wind warnings in place for Fergus, Choteau, Judith Basin County. These high wind warnings will be in place till this afternoon when the winds are expected to pick up. Also winter storm warnings in place for the northern Rocky Mountain front. Here's some details on those. Of course, reduced visibility is a concern because these winds really are moving around. Colder air is being pulled in from the north. We have a lagging jet stream and we do have some higher elevation snow all around for today, including the big snowies in South Fergus County. Great Falls 46 in Cupping. Temperatures aren't all that bad to start things off for our Monday and for our Halloween. Breezy conditions along the cold front, also cooler conditions behind the front for tomorrow. Word of the day brought to us by Mint Cafe. Go ahead and continue to submit your words to weather@kfbb.com. Today's word is pusillanimous. It's an adjective. We're not really going to see all that much precip. I know I certainly have a pusillanimous nature about Black Friday shopping. There is a viewer out there that wants me to say the word hippopotamus. It's a very large, massive, gregarious, artiodactyl mammal, and combined with the cold front that will be thundering down from the north like a hippopotamus. That was just awful, I apologize. And that will interact to give us some snow. And it's time for the Mint Cafe word of the day. I have been trying to avoid it, but the demand is just too high. Today's word of the day is mustache. It's a noun. It's the unshaved growth of hair on the upper lip. Today will be quiet as we are under the effects of high pressure. The winds have made their switch to the southwest today. They can gust up to 25 miles an hour in Great Falls today, up to 35 miles an hour across the Rocky Mountain front. Nothing really of note lighting up this pinpoint Doppler this morning, just a disturbance fizzling out near Glasgow. Other than that, we are nice and clear for today. Here, the temperatures, what we're waking up to, really an array of temperatures. 19 in Lewistown, 21 in Great Falls, and 7 degrees below zero in Glasgow. Now here are the wind chills. They do have light winds out east, so it feels like 16 degrees below zero in Glasgow. So if you're outdoors this morning, bundle up your hands, your feet, your mustaches. I agree. That was right, but just so wrong. Well, the winter storm we have been eyeballing all week is finally here. These bitterly cold temperatures are in place coming out of the north. Plan accordingly, dress accordingly. If you're doing any traveling, drive accordingly. Now, snow and ice covered roads will be in place. Really take caution out there, especially if you're heading down to Bozeman for the big game tomorrow. Now, I'm showing you this for one reason only, just the array of winter weather advisories we have got in place for today. I know this is a lot to look at. Wind chill advisories are in green, winter storm warnings are in pink, and the oranges are winter weather advisories. We're here under a winter weather advisory in Great Falls today, but winter storm warnings for elevation above 5,000 feet for Kings Hill Pass, Nyhart, White Sulphur Springs, reduced visibility in the higher terrains, and the higher terrains really all across the state can see up to a foot of snow. 2 to 5 inches expected in Belt, Nyhart, and again the winter storm warning for southern Fergus County. For the big snowy mountains, they can see up to a foot of snow. West Glacier, eastern Montana, wind chill advisories. Now, these wind chill advisories really aren't anything to play with. It's going to feel like 10 to 20 degrees below zero in western Glacier and up to 30 degrees below zero in eastern Montana. Phillips County, Valley County, Blaine County, we're all under wind chill advisories. Please take caution, cover up those exposed areas. 7 degrees in Havre currently, 10 degrees and falling in Great Falls. Now, for the bulk of us, we will see the warmest temperatures in the mornings. Yesterday, we were pushing the 50-degree mark. Today, we won't even see half that, and locations around central Montana won't even see a third that. It feels like 5 degrees below zero in Great Falls. It feels like 2 below in Havre, and it feels like 11 degrees below zero in Cut Bank today. Now, here's what's going on. We have an Arctic air mass really swooping down from the north, tapping into Pacific moisture. These elements combined will bring us to snow. So Arctic air in Montana today, it will be cold. Now, here's a satellite and radar. Over the last 4 hours, already you see some snow starting to move through Cascade County, getting in on some snow for this morning. Snow has been falling all morning in Missoula and in Kalispell. We're not really going to escape this snow, and then the bitterly cold temperatures will stay with us through Saturday. Bundle up. Here's our future cast. We can't really escape these blues. Everyone's going to see some snow today. Less of a chance in eastern Montana across the Highline, where they're just dealing with the cold temperatures in place, but everyone's really going to see the effects of this winter storm. Here's the daytime highs across the region for central Montana. We're going to make it to a high of 15 degrees in Great Falls, but these temperatures, like I said, will be falling throughout the day. 13 in Fort Benton, 17 in Stanford, so cold with snow showers. Across the Rocky Mountain front, cloudy, frigid. You can see up to 3 inches of snow accumulating for today. 14 in Cut Bank and 11 in Browning. Like I said, these temperatures will be falling throughout the day with the passage of that cold front. 17 in Scobie, 16 in Plentywood, and 19 in Malta. Northeastern Montana is really where they're going to see the brunt of that Arctic air. Bundle up out east. Sub-zero wind chills even throughout the daytime hours. Winds can be up to 20 miles an hour, and that's not helping the situation any. So high of 15 today, cold still tomorrow, and then a gradual warm up for the middle of next week.
And I'm joined now by meteorologist Nicole Langley. Nicole, it's Christmas. It does not feel like it's Christmas though.
It sure didn't. We almost 50 degrees. 50 degrees. We definitely didn't have a white Christmas. We had those downsloping winds that helped to keep the temperatures up. But I will have more details on how much snow we're going to get and when we're going to get it. Winter is here, so it's coming. I promise you it's coming.
Right. Rodeo and a hot night it's going to be, huh?
A little bit toasty out there. We've been pretty lucky so far, free and clear of any kind of thunderstorm activity, but we're not out of the woods just yet. But don't let that stop you from coming down to the rodeo, and don't forget to wear that pink.
All right, good advice, Nicole. Now,
and generally speaking, when we're under a ridge, we have south-southwest winds, the warming winds, and those also translate into Chinook winds as well. So those will help us out during the winter.
All right.
With record snowfall this past winter, it's no surprise that Montana's rivers, streams, and creeks are on the rise. So I'm headed up the mountain to answer one question. Well, how much snow is actually up there? The answer? A lot. At Spur Park, just past Kings Hill, there are 81 inches of the white stuff, to be exact. This year's spring melt has taken quite the toll on homes, roads, and livestock. Even though the calendar says June, on Kings Hill, it still looks like a winter wonderland. But for some, the extra June snow isn't necessarily a bad thing.
It's been great for skiing, so we'd love to ski right on into June, and so that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, no, it's great. I think it's going to be a wonderful year for things to grow. But it's great for skiing.
Now, even with all of the snow on the ground, I'm still able to walk around without a jacket. Good for me, bad for the flooded. According to the Natural Resources Conservation Service, a division of the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the Smith, Judith, and Musselshell river basins are collectively averaging close to 390% above the 30-year average of snow-to-water equivalent. Interestingly enough, the basins are only at about 108% above average as far as liquid precipitation. So why the difference in the percentages? One reason is due to the delayed spring season. Temperatures were much colder this past winter, disallowing for the usual snowmelt. Another, the sheer amount of snow the mountains received.
You know, every spring we experience some high water, we experience some, saturated soils, what we call spring breakup. But this year it's kind of like spring breakup and spring runoff on steroids.
High atop Kings Hill, Nicole Langley, News Channel 5.